We finally got some news from Zeta.Markets. Now, it's not exactly brand new. This did happen a number of days ago, on the 9th of April, in fact. But we did get the tokenomics information. Now, we don't have information on when the actual token itself is going to get released. But the fact that we do have the information for the tokenomics does give us something to talk about, and something to think about as well, because I've been talking about this project since December 2023. I have noticed that it was one of the most hyped on Solana as well, given the investors, right? Both Jump Crypto and Wintermute, who are the two biggest market makers in crypto, have invested in this, and also Electric Capital. So I'm expecting great things for Zeta.Markets. Even if things don't take off immediately after launch, I'm expecting things to eventually trigger off maybe a month, maybe 2 months in, as we've seen with Jito. Jito seemed like an absolutely dead token. It was just a governance token. Nothing happened after the initial hype, right? It was just continuing dumping, and then it eventually took off and went from like $1.50 to over $5, and it's only a governance token. Remember that. Here we got to remember this is a perpetuals exchange, which means you can leverage trade, you can do proper professional trading if you know how to do trading on their exchange using your Solana wallet directly. So it gives you that flexibility so you don't have to rely on a centralized exchange. Of course, the limitations are that you can only trade assets that are mostly on Solana, but who cares? I mean, trading is trading. So if there's an opportunity to take a trade, be it short or long, you can do it using Zeta. Again, not financial advice, just to let you know, it is dangerous to leverage trade. But for me personally, I'm going to take a look at the price whenever they're going to list. And if it's a decent value given the supply, then I'm potentially thinking to get a bag myself. So we'll have to see how things go. Of course, if I see that it's overpriced at the beginning, I'm going to wait for that cool-off period, because as we've seen with Jito, there was a lot of hype initially. It went up really high. You could have made money. I personally made money on Jito on the spot trade, like without even leverage trading at the time. I just bought some Jito, waited for it to do well. It did well. I got close to a 2x on it, so I was delighted, And with Zeta, I'm expecting something similar, right? Because these low caps tend to move really well, especially as they're new. Not many people know about them, given that people are looking at everything nowadays. They're jumping from hype to hype. They're like, there's the Cosmos ecosystem, there's Solana, there's Near Protocol, there's Polkadot. Like, there's so many ecosystems. It's just so hard to keep up with everything that's going on. So yeah, just to get back to Zeta now, they've posted this here to say that they're going to be introducing the Z token. So it's going to be called Z. So that is the name of the token. The reason why I say token is because they are going to be built on the Solana blockchain. Solana is the coin, Z is the token. Okay, so perps are a multi-trillion market and derivative choice for crypto traders as the shift from CeFi to DeFi accelerates and Solana emerges as the #1 chain for DEX volume. Zeta is set to become the next key player in the crypto trading space. And let's not forget GMX is also a perpetuals. They're an Arbitrum though, and they've done extremely well. And so I'm expecting Zeta to do extremely well on Solana. Again, this is just my personal opinion given who invested in them, right? And they're already doing well in terms of volume. Like, look at this is their volume, right? 4 billion. That's no joke, right? There's a lot of trading going on Zeta. Now, they did have a little bit of a glitch when it comes to the Solana blockchain. When they face congestions, then it does affect Zeta trades as well. So you got to keep that in mind. They'll usually have a warning on the top of their website stating that there's a congestion on the Solana blockchain. Unfortunately, Solana is not very stable, even though it is fast. And so that does pose a potential, I wouldn't say risk, but more so annoyance for the trader. Now, the ticker symbol is Z. The total supply is 1 billion. The initial distribution is going to be 10% going to the airdrops. Okay, and this is going to reward Zeta users and strategic communities on Solana as well. Now, in terms of the utility, it's going to be used for governance, as most tokens are, because you need governance when it comes to blockchain, for upgrades, for changes to tokenomics, perhaps for changes to many things in general, right? It could be a technical change. It could be even to reward marketing, right? That could be used as well, as we've seen with Polkadot and Cosmos. They are rewarding marketing initiatives. There's also staking, right? So you can unlock governance rights and extra rewards. Longer staking means greater benefits. So you will be able to stake Z, which is great. We don't know what the APY is going to be yet until they launch, of course. And I'm guessing it depends on the amount that's getting staked. The more that's staked, the lower the APY, but then the value of the token goes up if you get in early enough, So It's the typical situation as we've seen with most staking incentives. And aside from that, 30% of Z supply is set aside for traders and liquidity providers. Okay, so quite a large percentage is allocated to that as well, which is great. So yeah, tokenomics are designed to fuel growth. That's where our largest supply allocation is going to reward traders. This means 30% of the tokens will go to users as makers and taker initiatives, ensuring best-in-class liquidity and ideal exchange conditions. Once again, 10% to the airdrop. So 5% of the supply is allocated to the traders based on the Z score, which is something that you can do right now. Again, I have posted an affiliate link in my recent video about Zeta.Markets. If you want to use it, I would very much appreciate it. If you plan to trade or if you are a trader, I'm also going to post a link in the description of this video and also in the pinned comment. So just go down and check it. Thank you in advance if you plan to use it. And then they're saying that 1% is set for the users who are also members of the strategic communities in Solana. 4% is reserved for the Z stakers. Longer staking equals greater benefits. And then with the road ahead, they're saying that since 2021, Zeta has pushed the boundaries of DeFi with Solana's most used fully on-chain club. This year, they're continuing to push boundaries with major upgrades, including multi-collateral and Solana's first DeFi L2. Okay, so that's for their roadmap. So these guys definitely have some big things planned, and I'm expecting these to be direct competitors with GMX. Now, GMX is not as hyped as it used to be, but the market cap already went really high. So because of the backers, once again, I can't stress enough, I'm hyped about the Zeta.Markets. If I'm wrong with this, then what the heck? Like, what else is going to do well if this isn't, right? Jump Crypto, Wintermute, Electric Capital. What more do you want, right? If this doesn't do well, I don't know what else will, right? Even ones that didn't have Jump Crypto and Wintermute as backers did well, in this season. There were ones that were like completely useless meme tokens with no utility whatsoever, and they were just hyped and pumped. Whereas this one has real utility. It's a trading platform, right? At the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with that, right? It's a trading platform. You can trade in stocks, you can trade in commodities, anything. So you can trade in crypto and you can trade from your wallet. So it's a trading platform. It's on Solana, which is a big blockchain, even though it does have problems. We know that they have problems and they had many problems in the past, but they're still around and they've got a lot of funding. That's what you got to keep in mind here, the funding and the backers. That's what's keeping them going. So I'm guessing they're eventually going to get past these problems that they're constantly facing. It does come with risks, but they've got a lot of speed when it does work. So yeah, Z-Score Season 2 will apparently continue until the launch of Z, and they're saying here that the snapshot has not been taken yet. And when they're saying the snapshot has not been taken yet, I'm assuming that this has to do with the snapshot for the actual Z-Score from Season 1. This is what I'm thinking here. I'm not 100% sure. It could be that maybe Solana stakers are also going to get an airdrop. Now, I'm not personally staking any Solana. I hold some Solana for the purposes of actually trading on Zeta.Markets because I wanted to test that out myself. And so I did buy a little bit of Solana just to swap for USDC then, and then trade it out and test out this platform. So yeah, that's what I wanted to cover here just with regards to Zeta.Markets. We got this information. Now we just need to wait. They keep on hyping us with the Z token though, because if we look here, if we go to their X profile, you can see that they've posted this an hour ago, saying that Z is coming, time to test your readiness with a blitz quiz, kicking things off simple. What's the utility of Z? Okay, so incentives, staking, governance, or all of the above. I've selected all of the above. This was the correct answer. 65.6% of the people did that. And they're saying that they're currently sitting at the 4th highest TVL across all chains. Solana's ecosystem has performed extremely well the past year. Okay, I don't doubt that, of course, in terms of value and also in terms of attracting L2s building on them. So despite the problems, they have attracted a lot of growth because there's demand, there's money there flowing in there. So when there's money and users, builders want to come and build there. That's what happens, right? Despite Polkadot being a really tech-savvy, tech-focused blockchain doing really well, they just don't attract as many builders, unfortunately, right? But they're changing that. They're trying their hardest to change that. Cosmos attracted a lot of builders, right? We've seen Aptos attract builders as well, but they're still in the early phase. Sui also in the early phase. Near Protocol are starting to grow as well. Avalanche more so moving towards the gaming niche. But we'll have to see how things go and how things progress with Solana, if it's going to continue to be hyped or if things are going to go south eventually, because right now they're on fire and they have been on fire in 2021 as well. So it's hard to say, right? It all depends on the market, the users, the money that is flowing in, and the backers, of course. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comment section below, what do you think of Zeta Markets? Are you hyped about it? What do you think of the Solana ecosystem? Do you trust it? Have you invested in it? Have you made a lot of money in Solana? Do you plan to sell some or hold it for longer to see how things perform and for the duration of this bull market, if it's going to continue post the Bitcoin halving, as some of us expect? Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.